This video is a step-by-step guide on how to build an aesthetic body, and it really only consists of 3 steps: exercise, nutrition, and recovery. And this video is split in these 3 parts, but make sure to watch it from the beginning to the end if you want to see the best results, so don't skip around. And just so you know, this advice is coming from someone who has been through this transformation as well. So I'm speaking from my own experience and what worked for me. I was skinny fat at the start, then I got really skinny, and now I'm close to my dream body. So the first thing that you're gonna have to do if you want to build muscle and get an aesthetic body, you're gonna need to start exercising. And what a surprise, right? To be specific, you're going to need to do resistance training, which means training under some kind of resistance. For example, dumbbells, your body weight, or resistance bands. If you want to start exercising, don't get overwhelmed by the fitness videos that you see on YouTube. The best way to start exercising is to just start and know that you're not going to be doing it in the most ideal way possible. The issue with most people is that before they start exercising, they want to know the best and most optimal way to build muscle as fast as possible, but they don't even realize that this pursuit actually slows them down. In my opinion, the best way to achieve an aesthetic body is to exercise a little bit every single day. And you might be asking, don't you need to take rest days? Rest days are really important, and I agree, rest days are really important, but you only need to rest a particular muscle group that's fatigued, not your whole body. If you aren't consistent in exercising already, the most important thing above everything else is getting that consistency in. And consistency does not come from the usual advice that you see online. Go to the gym 3 times a week, full body workouts, strong lifts, etc. Those workout routines are for people who have no problem with being consistent in exercising and who don't suffer from those up and down periods. If you aren't consistent in exercising, then you probably have had times where you exercised a couple of times a week, but you've also had times where you didn't exercise for like 2 weeks in a row because you kind of forgot to do it. And if that sounds like you, then the priority for you right now is to get that consistency in. And to get there, you need to exercise a little bit every single day. In my opinion, that's the best way to get consistent in exercising because you're building a habit. One principle that really helped me get consistent is this: it's better to do 80% of your workout every single day than 100% of your workout once a week. So this is how I would structure a workout plan for a beginner, just to make him consistent in exercising. On Monday, I would make him do some push-ups. But on Tuesday, I wouldn't make him train his chest again because he hit it quite hard yesterday. So on Tuesday, he would do some pull-ups. And on Wednesday, I wouldn't make him train his back again because he hit it quite hard yesterday. So on Wednesday, I would make him do some squats. On Thursday, I wouldn't make him train his legs again. So I would make him do some push-ups. And the cycle repeats all over again. Do you now understand what I mean? When starting out, your goal should be to exercise every single day for about 20 minutes. And each day you should train a different muscle group, so the muscle group that you trained yesterday could rest. The only exercises you will need as a beginner are push-ups, pull-ups, and squats. That's because they are easily accessible, they are very simple, and they train mostly your whole body. There is no point in creating a complicated workout routine that you can't stick to, because the goal for you right now is to build a habit of exercising every single day. Even the best workout routine in the universe is useless if you can't stick to it. The next thing we're going to talk about is nutrition. You need to give your body the best fuel to get the best results. And the best fuel for your body is whole foods. Whole foods are minimally processed foods. For example, vegetables, fruits, nuts, eggs, meat, fish, and whole grains. The best way to see if a food is a whole food is to look at the ingredient list. Because in vegetables, for example, potatoes, the main ingredient is potatoes. That's because it's just potatoes. It doesn't have any added ingredients, and that makes it a whole food. I sometimes look at the ingredient list of any basic cookies in a store and they have like 20 ingredients in them. And that's the exact opposite of the foods that you should eat. They are totally processed foods. And of course you can have some cookies once in a while, but your diet should mostly be made up out of whole foods. The main macronutrient that you should focus on is protein, because it's the building block of our muscles. And I would recommend you to eat about 120 to 180 grams of protein per day. And I know a lot of fitness YouTubers are telling you to eat a gram of protein per pound of body weight. And while that's good advice for someone at a healthy weight, I wouldn't recommend a fat 300-pound man to eat 300 grams of protein per day, because that's just way too much and not even necessary. The best protein sources are meat, fish, eggs, cottage cheese, legumes, and Greek yogurt. And of course, protein powder. And you might be asking, do I need to use protein powder to build muscle? And my answer is no, but it certainly helps. There are different kinds of protein powders, but the most common one is whey protein powder, and it's the one that I use the most as well. It's made from milk and it comes in different kind of flavors. Most people like to mix it with water or milk and drink it as a shake, but I like to mix it with my food and use it as a sweetener. For example, I like to put it in my oatmeal or cottage cheese, or sometimes I even make protein pancakes. And the protein powder is a really good way to get your protein in because it's really convenient and sweet. But you shouldn't rely on it as your primary protein source because it lacks in vitamins and minerals. The next thing is how much you should eat. A lot of people like to count calories to lose or gain weight, but I don't think it's necessary. If you have the time and patience for it, then go ahead, but I have never really liked counting calories. I have built a really good physique without counting calories, so I just don't see the point for all this extra headache. If you listen to your hunger, eat primarily whole foods and a lot of protein, I can guarantee you that you will see results. The one principle that you need to remember is this: eat when you're hungry and stop when you're full. When you stop eating sugar and junk food in general, your hunger signals go back to normal and you just don't get hungry as often. So if you're a beginner, I wouldn't recommend you to count calories as it can be too overwhelming. I would just primarily focus on eating whole foods and a lot of protein. And if you do that, I can guarantee you that you will see results. At the beginning, it will be difficult, but just like anything in life, as time passes, it will become much easier and you will start to crave those healthy foods. The next big part of building an aesthetic body is recovery, because your muscles grow when you rest, not when you work out. When you work out, you tear your muscle fibers, and after the workout, your muscles are actually smaller, but they grow back much bigger only if you provide them with the right nutrition and recovery. And the best recovery is sleep. And if you want to see the best results, then you should sleep at least 8 hours. But most people think that going to bed at 10 p.m. and waking up at 6 a.m. is 8 hours of sleep, when in reality it's only like 7, because it's only 8 hours of bedtime. And do you instantly fall asleep the moment that you lay down? And do you not wake up in the night? I don't think so. Most people only fall asleep after about 30 minutes and wake up multiple times throughout the night. So when they think that they get 8 hours of sleep, the most they get is 7. I usually have 10 hours of bedtime, which means that I usually sleep about 9 hours. So I would recommend you to leave at least 9 hours of bedtime, which will mean that you will sleep about 8 hours and your life will improve in every single way, not only aesthetic body-wise. Another great way to recover from workouts is stretching. Just stretching for 5 minutes after a workout can help you reduce soreness and help you recover faster. After a workout, you should stretch the exact muscle that you worked out. So for example, if you did push-ups, you would need to stretch your chest. But if you did pull-ups, you would need to stretch your back. So in summary, building an aesthetic body is really simple if you follow this principle. Train hard, eat right, and sleep tight. Most people online make it seem much harder than it actually is, and that's the biggest reason why most people are scared to go on this journey. Hope you liked this video, and if you did, please leave a like and subscribe. But if you didn't, feel free to leave a dislike and comment down below what exactly you didn't like. If you have any other video ideas that I should make, please leave them in the comment section down below. And remember, do the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it. Peace!